I am so excited to talk to you about this today. Have you ever wondered, really, what are your superpowers? What are your gifts? What is the thing that you're supposed to be doing in your business? You have a lot of different gifts, you have a lot of different talents, but which are the ones that you're supposed to use? Which are the ones that are going to, give really that great service you're here to give, make that impact, but also will bring in the wealth to you, will also bring in the income, whether that's starting a business, whether that's moving from your career to a business, whether that's actually making your business profitable or being able to, maybe you even have a profitable business, but you're selling your soul. You're not doing what it is that you love to do. No worries, you're in the right place. We're going to go over the 5 ways to really discover what your business superpowers are, what you're really meant to be doing here. Hi, I'm Prema Gurreri, Vedic astrologer and business oracle, and welcome to Chart Your Path. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any of my videos. I put videos out weekly, and if you haven't already grabbed the free Sacred Wealth Code Archetype Quiz or the free Aligned Activation, Power from the Inside Out, those links are down below in the description. What should you really be doing in your business? A lot of times what I see after helping thousands of visionaries really land this and put their gifts to work in the world, in their businesses, is that a lot of times you're thinking okay, well, what am I going to call myself? Or what's my message? Or, am I really qualified to do that? Who am I to do that? So here's the thing. Deep inside, you know what you're actually good at. You have gifts that when you use those gifts, they will unlock something in the world only you can unlock. You came here to give. We all came here to serve. That's what gives us deeper meaning. But there has to be an energetic exchange for what we're serving with and what we're doing. And I call that an equal energy exchange. But when you feel like you're either giving too much and you're not receiving back enough, or you haven't even gotten up to the give point because you're just not clear what it is you're here to give. And what I see so much of the time with women who have been successful, they're afraid to really step into their true gifts because they've burnt out doing what they're good at instead of really what is their true superpowers, what their true heart's desires are. So in order to, give what you've come here to give, in order to have that impact, you've got to be able to animate your energetic currency, which means using your superpowers, which means using your gifts. But the thing is that we have a lot in our way a lot of the time of what we think is acceptable compared to or think what we're good at, or what we've been told we're good at, compared to what it is that we know deep in our hearts that we were born with a PhD in, that we just know deep in our hearts, deep in our bones, what we inherently are just magnificent at. That we, and that's why I like to call them your superpowers. It's like we can create magic when we're using these particular gifts and these particular talents. Number 1, the first way to really understand and discover what your highest value gifts are is to understand what is holding you back. I, again, see so many visionaries just wearing themselves out with this, who am I? What actually is it? There was a time where I was just really questioning, am I supposed to be a yoga teacher? Am I supposed to be an astrologer? Am I supposed to teach business? Am I supposed to help people clear their blocks and barriers? I'm really good at on the ground strategy. I have to pick one. Actually, you don't have to pick just one. You have a few superpowers to you, and that's actually a beautiful thing. And there's a way to bring them all together into a beautiful offering. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Let me backtrack a little bit. A lot of the time, we've got some of the tape running in our heads that You're not going to be accepted if you really use those gifts. Who am I? Like, I don't have a degree or something that says that, that's really one of my superpowers. Like, I'm really qualified to do that. Doing what you're good at, which is number two, and really focusing on doing what you're good at will deplete you. It will not energize you. We're good at a lot of things, and we get told that we're good at things by our parents, by our teachers, by our friends. And this allows us to fit in and feel acceptable and feel like we have a place, and also receive, get some confidence and receive some kudos for what we're good at. But think about something that you're good at. Think of something that you're good at that isn't something that really lights your heart on fire, that you're good at it. And people come to you for it, or you do this in your job, or you do this in your business, you do this for people you're good at. But here's the key. Does it deplete you? Does it deplete you? Does it feel like when you do this that you receive even more energy back? Or do you feel like it actually depletes you? So answer that question for yourself. If it depletes you, this is not one of your highest value gifts. This is not one of your superpowers. This is something that you've been culturally encoded, or that you're good at, or you've learned as a skill and a talent that you're good at. And there is nothing wrong with that, except for the fact that if it depletes you, it is not an equal energy exchange. It is not energizing you. It is not something that is absolutely only yours to give the world. So if it depletes you, it's not something that you really want to be doing. So it's very important to know what you don't want sometimes, which is not something I always like to lead with, but knowing what you don't want, or what is not really your gifts, can actually lead you to what your business superpowers are, what your gifts are. Number three is knowing your purpose. When you really know your purpose, when you absolutely know at the core of what your purpose is, what you came here as your divine purpose. We have different levels of purpose, but again, your purpose is something that's unique to you, even if someone else has a purpose similar to that. My core purpose is to live from the inside out and to serve others and make an impact by teaching others to live from the inside out, do business from the inside out, give their gifts from the inside out, make a difference in the world from the inside out. So that's the way it translates into the work that I do. You have a deep purpose. It's encoded in your soul blueprint. And that's one of the reasons I'm so passionate about people understanding their soul blueprint. It's encoded in your soul blueprint. But I guarantee you that you have a sense of what that is. And if you're at a crossroads right now and you don't have a sense of what your purpose is, this happens at times. We change soul cycles, things change in our lives, and we question what that is, or it's time for us to make a shift in our purpose, up-level it, and take it to the next level. One of the things that I think gets in the way is a lot of people say with purpose, well, just follow your passion. But, passion has its place, and I talk about this in my book, Your Sacred Wealth Code, and it's the second pillar of wealth. Passion is there to fuel your purpose. It's to give your purpose the fuel to actually use. But just like a car needs fuel in it. But when we just follow our passion, it can kind of lead us astray a bit, because we can be passionate about different things at different times. You might be passionate about skydiving, or you might be passionate about surfing, but that may not be what your purpose is, but it might give you the juice to be alive, to activate that purpose and to take it and move it out in the world. So sometimes we have to watch out with the whole passion piece of things. You need to know your purpose. That's step 3. And step 4, the fourth way here, is you must not only understand what your divine gifts are, but you've got to own them. They're yours. And what I mean by own them is, again, not the things that you're good at. Believe it or not, you've already owned those things. And that's why you continue to do them. And that's why maybe you're getting paid for them, or you're getting recognition for them, but they're not, they're kind of burning you out. When you own your gifts, you are standing in them. You are acknowledging that this is something that you are magnificent at, something that is just in your bones and that you could do all day long, but you're not hiding from your gifts. This is a big one that I see. So when I was teaching a lot of yoga, I was also doing astrology sort of on the side. I was also doing intuitive readings. I was doing sort of kind of combining that with yoga as well. But I was kind of the best kept secret for the people I was doing that on a one-on-one basis with or in small groups. And I was being paid very, very well for that, much more than I was making at my yoga center at the time. But I had some encoding that kept me from really being able to really own the intuitive gifts I had publicly, let's say. So I was, if someone stumbled on that part of me, so to speak, then I was like just in my total joy, just letting that pour forth. I didn't have to work at it. It's something that it's just in me. But I was not energetically standing behind myself because I had some blocks and some barriers around that. I wasn't accepted as a child for being as intuitive as I was. I had run into some situations where I was absolutely rejected. I had some issues with my mom around that. So until I cleared up that energy, until I cleared those blocks and barriers, I wasn't actually able to really own my gifts. So if this is resonating for you, like, do you have gifts that you know are your gifts, but you just, you're not energetically standing behind yourself? If that's so, leave me a comment. Tell me what those gifts are. Tell me what it is that you know is your gift, but you haven't fully stepped into. You're hiding in some way. And I see this so much, this fear of being seen, because in truth, and my heart goes out to you, and I have a lot of compassion, you have been hurt in the past for just naturally using your gifts, whether you were 5 years old, whether you were 40 years old, or anywhere on either side or in between. And because of that, you've recoiled with some of your natural, beautiful gifts, and you've stopped using them, or you've stopped using them out in public too much, and you only use them in a very safe way. This keeps you from using them in your business. And it's the thing you so want to be able to do in your business. It's the superpowers you so want to have there. And then the fear when you're not willing to be seen for those because you've got some fear around that, you're afraid of being seen. Understandably, you're vulnerable around that. You've got some work to do around that. You have to clear up those beliefs. You have to clear up those blocks so that you can fully 100% own it. And then the last piece here is that your highest value gifts, and that's what I call your superpowers. These are the gifts that you're recognized for that unlock something in the world that only you can unlock, as I say. And in your soul blueprint, they live at the intersection of purpose and prosperity. They live right where we find purpose, and it intersects, or it's placed with in a particular way, with prosperity. So if you're using your high value gifts, if you're actually doing that in your life, in your business, you cannot help but be on purpose when you're using those gifts, and you can't help but have prosperity come to you when you're in that place of using those superpowers, those highest value gifts. So you want to clear your energy enough so that you can own those gifts, you can fully stand in them. We need you more than ever right now. The feminine is on the rise in a way of really truly stepping into really divine feminine energy, not trying to be feminine empowerment from a place of imitating masculine empowerment. They all have their place. But this is a frontier that's only can be accessed from the inside out. So if this is resonating for you, give this a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what gifts are your gifts that you know of, let me know the ones you're hiding, let me know what you're afraid to be seen for, or what it is that you're good at. All of these things are how you get to discovering really what those superpowers are so that you can come to your business and you can really be doing what you love to be doing. I love, love, love what I do. I love when I bring you astrology videos. I love when I'm teaching you about the things I'm teaching you now about your gifts. And I love to teach about business and from the strategy level too, as long as we have alignment from the inside out. I love to help clearing blocks and barriers, all of it. I love all of that. So just to recap, You're going to understand what it is that is holding you back. What's wearing you out. So that's number one. Make sure you understand, because the flip side of that is what enlivens you. And then make that list. What enlivens you? Number two, doing what you're good at. Where are you doing what you're good at? Again, this is going to deplete you. That's a place where you don't want to spend more time and energy. What is your purpose? Really understanding what your purpose is. And are you stepping in and living your purpose and expressing your purpose through your business? And then, or the business you want to start, or through your career. This all lends to that as well. And then the fourth piece of this was to own your gifts. Really stand behind yourself energetically, claim them, own them. And then on the fifth piece of this is really getting in touch with your highest value gifts that live out the intersection of purpose and prosperity. So if this is resonating for you, go ahead and subscribe if you already haven't subscribed. Like this. Leave me a comment down below. I love, love, love to read your comments and respond and get to know you better. And of course, you can take the free quiz and help to understand what one of your Sacred Wealth Code archetypes is, which will give you some of your business superpowers. There's the free Facebook group link that's also available down in the description below, and where we can deepen the conversation and get to know each other even more there. And if you want to take the next steps into some closer mentorship with me, then you might want to book a call for the Solutionary Blueprint program. It is for conscious visionaries and entrepreneurs who know that their energetics, their intuition, and using the astrology to understand your soul blueprint is the way to create your business and your life from the inside out. This is a program that's just near and dear to my heart. It's my whole body of work. It's very hands-on. And whether you want to write a book, whether you want to start that business, whether you want to take the business to the next level, move from the career to the business, using your highest value gifts, then let's hop on a call. You'll fill out just a short application. We'll book a call and we'll have a conversation to see if we're resonant, to see if we're a fit. All right. So much love